Good morning everyone, Tuesday morning. There's a few things I want to come on here and talk about, and it's going to take a few videos. This video I'll mention firstly, yesterday my grandson came to see me to let me know that their beloved cat had passed away. He was with her, Kitty. She was 17, and natural causes. She died at home with my grandson caring for her. My daughter left work to go home, and they took her to the vet to have her body taken care of, and they'll receive her ashes in a week or two. Very sad, and I have my dog's ashes in a casket. I don't know whether I've shown it on a video. I will show it. Amber's ashes, when she died 3 years ago. It broke my heart, and I never thought I was going to recover. When she was returned home to me, it was a relief. She was back where she belonged, albeit in a little box. And now, hand on my heart, there are occasions when I feel her around. I feel her presence around. I also, on my bed, I find myself moving my legs to accommodate her because I can feel her on the bed. The spirit does go on, and I'm not sure how long it hangs around for, but it does go on, and energy doesn't die. Energy doesn't die. I always have said we wear a suit of flesh, but what is us, our soul, if you like, our energy, it doesn't die. It just discards what no longer is a suitable vehicle, and it progresses. So I wanted to touch on that. And there are other things that I want to mention also, but I'm going to go on to this and say this briefly, which also merits a video that stands alone that will be done later this week. Most of you will know that Alfie was receiving 24/7 care. Somebody was with him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They dropped that. They dropped the night care because they said he was settled. They were checking on him each hour. The sensors were on the bed. So they dropped the care down from 24/7 to from 7 in the morning until 10 at night. So he was getting 15 hours a day instead of 24 hours a day. I wasn't too happy. However, I didn't kick up too much fuss either. The sensors are on, they're checking on him. I do know that the notes aren't always accurate that the carers keep. He's settled, and I've gone in and I've heard quite a different story. I went in last Tuesday or Wednesday when I went in, and heard by chance from the carer that she was going to be leaving at 7, because I always say make sure Alfie has some supper round about 8:30, which he does, Weetabix or something. And she said, I won't be here to give that to him because they've taken the care off. And when I asked what she meant, she said the carers now with Alfie are working from 8 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. No, I'm sorry, I've got that wrong, are working from 9 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. So that means he's only got somebody with him for 10 hours a day, not 24 hours. They've taken 14 hours a day off Alfie. Now, if he's got somebody with him for 10 hours a day, during those 10 hours, I know that Alfie goes to have a nap in the afternoon for about 3. So he's surely not just awake, alert and needing a care assistant there for 7 hours. They can't just throw him into bed for 17 hours a day, which is what they're doing, apparently. He's lost a lot of weight. I'm going today. I didn't get there yesterday because I was waiting for a delivery of my medication. My son came yesterday and said that when you go, be aware that Dad's got a big bruise on his chest, which hasn't been documented in the book. So I'm not sure what's going on there. 14 hours a day care taken off him and a bruise on him, all of this weight loss. Those of you who have been following me and who know me from way before I started on YouTube will know how I fought for the best care possible, how I fought to keep Alfie at home for as long as possible, how I fought when he was in hospital and they were trying to get me to sign forms, do not resuscitate forms, when they were leaving him to pass. That's what they were doing. They'd taken his Parkinson's medication off him, they'd taken his antipsychotic medication off him, and they left him there screaming day after day after day for 3 months. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was wrong. I thought it was the fall that caused the damage to his brain. They thought it was a bleed on the brain. It was something as simple as they weren't giving him his medication, his Parkinson's medication and his antipsychotic. It could have killed him, and it almost did. Only by my bringing in a consultant from outside who went through the notes very carefully to discover that the medication had been stopped. It was immediately restarted, and within 2 days Alfie was starting to get back some semblance of normality, what passed for normality with him. Since then, he went into this nursing home, and since then he hasn't walked. He hasn't got much ability to, occasionally there's some lucidity there, and he knows and he senses, and you would have to be there to see him and to see what a joy it is to spend time with him and what joy he has in life. They've got no rights to do things like that, but they do it, and they stop medication when they decide that there's not much quality of life. Now, what's happening in this nursing home, I don't know. It's new management. I'm obviously not going to say the name of the home or anything. It's new management. We got everything just right. Just right. As right as it could be. And now it's gone shoo, within a couple of weeks. We were told that the new management were going to make things so much better. Money was going to be spent. That part of the home where the dementia patients were going to have more money spent on them, more attention given to them, more interaction and people being brought into gain their attention and to perhaps stimulate them. They've taken 14 hours a day care from my husband. Apparently, this is on the say-so of someone who says Alfie's normally in bed by 7 and he's asleep. No, he isn't. I'll say that's stretching at the truth, or I'll go one further and say that's an outright lie. Because I've spoken to 3 carers who said that Alfie will normally have his supper between 8:30 and 9. He can be kicking out, he can be restless. When they go at 10 normally, he's settling down. When I went on Saturday with my daughter, Alfie hadn't been gotten out of bed till 10 o'clock on the morning. Just got up when we got there. So he was in bed from 6:30 the previous night, 6:30, 7 o'clock, till 10 o'clock the next morning, 15 hours. Whatever way you cut it, whatever way you look at it, it is not right. So I'm going today, don't know what I'm going to be finding. I'm not going to say too much. I think we're trying to arrange a meeting for the people involved who've taken this care off, and other professionals. I think we're trying to arrange a meeting for Thursday of this week, the day after tomorrow. Alfie's doctor has said that he will speak up about Alfie needing this one-to-one care. So we've got that support there. We've got support of some of the carers and some of the main nurses. And the strange thing is, when my son came yesterday, he said to me that his partner had said to the nurse on Sunday, it almost seems as though it's something personal against the family. And it's very strange because on Sunday I had exactly that same thought. Because the nurse concerned is one who is fairly bombastic, who had run-ins with before, and major run-ins, and who likes everything to be her way. She's been promoted, she's very officious and unapproachable, and caught her out in lies a couple of times. So we'll see what today brings. I'm hoping to come back on later. I wanted to do a video about Diana, Princess of Wales, and just give some thoughts on that, because I was reading up on it recently and I thought I knew most things about what had gone on surrounding her, but no, I didn't. And there's quite a lot that I didn't know surrounding her death. So I may come back on later and do a video regarding that. I can't come back on and do anything again regarding Alfie really until after this meeting on Thursday, unless of course I go today and find that something else is wrong. But hopefully not, and hopefully I'll speak to you all later. In the meantime, think positive thoughts about yourself, and I'll see you later on. Okay, God bless. Bye-bye.